Can you hear Korkio now? Say testing.
I think they can because I can see my voice on the mixer.
Got it. We got it. Yay!
Yay.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Okay, sorry guys.
Whew.
Woohoo!
Something
Thanks for your
must
patience.
have gotten messed up with the settings when we streamed from
Hey,
the
Zenny.
phone. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Anyway, we're working again. Great.
Yeah.
Hi,
Awesome.
everyone.
So, yeah. We've got lots of people in the chat right now. We've got J. Jason J, who's just featured on IT Guys podcast. I haven't had a chance to listen yet.
Me neither. I'm excited for it, though.
Yeah, I'm dying to listen. So looking forward to that. It's about time. Fire's in the chat.
Fire, our most gentlemanly gentleman.
Our top gentleman hunter. Got Leppy.
Trugoy.
Yeah. Hazy Coiner's new. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I don't recognize Hazy Coiner, but welcome. We've got Hoth. You might have already said that. And Shelly Searcy, I don't recognize either, but hi. So, for those who don't know, we got to meet up in Hawaii, and we met the Tiki Chief, and we got our Tiki Chief blueprints, and it almost killed us.
It did. I wanted to die at one point. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a lot of shallow breathing on that last final
shallow
stretch.
You mean super deep heavy breathing?
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah,
we got Krusty Busty in the house. Hey, Luke.
So I was saying, when I got home, like the day I got home, my legs were like literally puffy, and my bedroom is on the second floor, and I could barely climb the stairs to go to bed that night. Like,
I remember waking up like not the following morning, because I feel like Thursday wasn't too bad. It was Friday, and I was like running the dishes because we were like getting ready to leave our condo, and I go to put a plate up in the cupboard, and my calves, like, I went to go stand on my tippy toes and was like, nope, that's not happening. It's literally not happening.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was mostly my thighs, my quads, but like I felt it Thursday for sure. And I think it might have something to do with the fact that I was on airplanes for 12 hours on Thursday. And so I wasn't moving them a lot. So I had a pretty decent length layover in Phoenix on my way home. Mm-hmm. It was like, I don't know, 3.5 hours or something. My second flight was late. And so I decided it would be a good idea to like walk around the airport and kind of like, keep my legs moving, whatever. There were a couple of times my legs like gave out and I had to catch myself from falling over. And like those like moving sidewalk things that they have in the airport, like I don't recommend those if you have like, if your legs are in the same situation mine were in at the time, because like I got on it no problem, but when I had to get off, that sudden change of speed, like I almost fell flat on my face. It was so bad.
Already on those things, so I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you warned me though, because Korkio literally messaged me like, would not recommend going on to one of those things.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a good call. You're right. Oh my gosh.
So it was difficult for sure.
What's up, Post? What's up, Toasties?
I recommend it and also don't recommend it. Like it was an awesome adventure. It was the most physically strenuous thing I've ever done in my entire life. I honestly thought I was in pretty decent shape before doing that, and then I found out I wasn't.
Yeah, I got my ass handed to me on that. I mean,
and I regularly do the walking quests like all 8 at once. Like I don't take a break. I just walk 7 miles straight, like multiple times a week, no problem. And yet This was not like that. So, and
No.
I was looking at our group photos, and I noticed Habutero and I are like the shortest in the group by far.
Yeah.
I think that made it so much harder because, so guys, if
The
you can
steps.
imagine, yeah, it's like, what did he say? The altitude was like 700 feet or something like that. I want to say it was 700 feet up.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm not certain.
Yeah.
Is
So
Makiki Tiki in here? Maybe he can confirm for us.
yeah, maybe. or Psycho. But yeah, so just imagine that, like, it's 700 feet up, but every step is like a foot and a half high. So it's full range of motion of your legs with every step. It's not like it was a staircase. If it was a staircase, I think we wouldn't have had as much of a problem.
For
like
sure.
I think
No,
I
but,
could
like,
have.
each step was like 3 steps.
Yeah.
Like realistically.
Yeah. Imagine having to climb like the stairs to the top of whatever skyscraper is in your city, and you have to take the steps like 3 at a time instead of 1 at a time. Like that's what it was like.
Yeah.
So
Toasty said 0 to 700 and 3/4 of a mile is steep. So yeah, I think you're right. It was super steep, you guys. Like I can't even. We're not exaggerating. This is not for the faint of heart. Like it took everything in us, especially like it doesn't get easier when you get closer to the top. It gets much, much, much harder.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
Honestly, this might be controversial, but I found the easiest part for me was the part where the ground wasn't below the railroad ties, like the part where we were over the holes.
Like just bear crawling?
Well, because I didn't bear crawl. Like you bear crawled in front of me, but I walked it.
Oh, you did?
Okay. I did. But I feel like
my legs were already giving out at that point, and I was like, there's no chance I'm about to drop through one of these holes on this stream.
Well, so I think what it was like, I think it wasn't as steep for those parts, but also the adrenaline kicked in because of the fact that it was more dangerous, and it kind of just boosted me.
Good.
Yeah, because like, and I'm not afraid of heights. I actually love heights, which is kind of weird. So I think like, and for those, if you are afraid of heights and you hear me talking about there's no ground below certain railroad ties, there's a bypass that specifically like, so this section is like maybe, what would you say, like 30 feet long?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
And the bypass goes around it like on solid ground, and it only bypasses that one section. So you still can do pretty much the whole thing. It's still just as hard to take the bypass. It just avoids the part for people
falling
that are afraid of heights. Yeah. Yeah. And the ground wasn't that far below it. It was maybe 10 or 15 feet below it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like the closer you got to the end, it got like deeper, and then it would go back up.
Yeah.
Toasty said I'm going to first he said I'm going to hire a helicopter like Marvin's house suggested, and then he said actually I'm going to steal a helicopter.
Yeah,
we got up to the top, and I was like, all right, where's that helicopter to bring us back down?
Yeah,
because everybody kept warning us it's harder on the way down, and it certainly was, especially for my girl over here with the shorter legs.
Oh, there were a couple of steps where like going down, like my legs felt like they were going to give out, and I kind of fell onto the step instead of stepping on the step. And so so Toasties is asking, how was the app at registering steps on the hike? I know it's not great with stairs. So I honestly didn't even check it.
We literally weren't playing Coin Hunt World until we got to the top, because we were either Korkio was doing the stream, and then I was watching the stream, keeping up with the chat on my phone. So
I had the game open, but I never checked the steps, like, because if you watch the stream that we did, like, you can see that my game is up the whole time, but also I wasn't holding it the whole time. Like, I handed it off so we could kind of share, like, who was, watching everyone.
Breathing into the mic.
Right. And so, sometimes K-Hag had it, sometimes Mama had it, and it was like, we sat so much, I don't think it would register that we were actually actively walking.
Yeah.
So
there were a lot of breaks.
yeah.
Rainstorm
anyway.
said, "Made you wish for a zip line, right?" Yes.
Yeah.
A zip line, a slide full of pudding.
Exactly. If you watch the stream, I just wanted a slide of pudding. I thought the best thing would be if you put a water slide next to it that you could take down. And we were talked about how friction would be a bitch. And water might not be the most reliable when it comes to removing the friction. So you fill that slide with pudding, and then you'd have no friction. It would be perfect.
For sure. Yeah. Okay, see, so it is different. Okay, Hoth, are you on iPhone? Toasties must be on iPhone too, because that update happened for me too. And when I told Korkio, she said, wait, I could already do that, about watching the stream on YouTube while being able to do the walking quests.
Yeah.
I swear YouTube changed something for maybe iOS. So shout out to all my iOS users out there. I'm glad you guys can finally get your walking quest done while watching the stream. That's awesome. Nikki Boo,
hey,
where
Nikki.
have you been?
Glad you joined us.
Just kidding.
Yes,
Rainstorm said a pudding slide.
Yeah.
Would be interesting.
Yeah. Especially if it was a nice cold pudding, because it was like so hot. And if it was a good flavor, then, you can enjoy some on the way down. Yeah.
Nice cold refrigerated pudding.
Right. No, Toasties. So we I believe on iPhone, we could always kind of have a mini YouTube screen on top of the game, because I had done that before. Like every once in a while, I'll watch something while I'm doing my walking quest, but iPhones weren't able to do that before recently. So I think it's new for them.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, should we get into our whole Hawaii adventure? Start it from the top?
Yeah. So I believe I was the first one to get to Honolulu. You were in Hawaii already, though, but you were in Maui.
Yep. We landed in Hawaii Monday afternoon in Maui, and then we took the hopper flight or the island flight on Wednesday morning, which, looking back, was cutting it a little close, but it's only a 45-minute flight. So I figured, even if we missed that one, we would have hit the next one that Habutiro was on, because Habutiro was flying in from the Big Island. Yeah. So it was awesome. We waited for Habutiro, and then
I got in around noon, which was crazy. I left Oklahoma. My flight was 5 a.m. and I got in at noon, but I was on a plane for 11 hours. That time difference was so jarring. I mean, every morning, the 2 mornings I was there, I woke up at 3:30, 4 a.m. because it's a 5-hour time difference. So it was like I was waking up at 9.
Yeah.
Which is normal.
Right.
So
rocked your world a little bit.
Yeah, that first day I was awake for 24 hours.
Gosh.
It was not fun. I was definitely pretty delirious at the end of it. But yeah, and so then
go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, so then Kata got in at around 2 and K-Hag got in around 4. Makiki Tiki picked me up at the airport, took me around, kind of showed me the area, brought me to the YMCA, which was our home base. And we went and got bubble tea across the street, and he showed me Waikiki Beach, and I have this thing when I'm in a new place, I always notice the trees and the wildlife, because it's always interesting to me how slightly different things are. They have lots of pigeons there, but their pigeons are white, like doves.
They're gorgeous.
In Oklahoma, the pigeons are gray. So they're still pigeons, they're just a different color. And then you guys might remember me talking about the mimosa tree Yeah, I took a picture of it for I don't know if it was for a Twitter contest, but I tweeted it. And they're like these for us they're these kind of like small like front yard size trees that have like these pink pom-pom flowers on them. They're really pretty. And in Hawaii they are fucking giant and they line the streets and they call them. Oh man, I wish Makiki was here. Monkey
pod trees.
Monkey pod. That's what it was. Monkey pods.
Yeah.
We call them mimosas. They call them monkey pods, but they're the same tree except theirs are huge, like
super
huge.
tall. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of exciting to see. And then the what are they called? The banyan trees.
Banyan trees. Yeah.
Oh my God, those are so cool. Like,
yeah, where they literally like so banyan trees, for anybody who doesn't know, are they look kind of similar to mimosa trees. They obviously don't have the pom-poms and stuff, but they grow out like similar, but then they drop these branches down and they become extensions of the tree and they grow into the ground and root and then grow like a full-on trunk and grow an entirely another tree. So in Maui, this was like one of my favorite places to take my mom, because when I went there, we went to the famous banyan tree that's there, it's huge. It's an entire park and it's all one banyan tree, but the entire park is shaded from all of the I don't even know how you call it, but all of the little ones that pop up from the
like satellite
mother. Yeah. Like the mothership.
Yeah.
And so, it's just one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my whole life. But
yeah, they were so cool.
Yeah.
And so because of Makiki's work, like he was able to tell me about the wildlife and about the trees and everything, because he works with the environment and regulation stuff and whatever. So he was the perfect tour guide to teach me all the things that like answer all my questions and whatever. So yeah, and then we went and we picked up K-Hag from the airport, and Kata had gotten in. He actually stayed in a hotel. So once K-Hag got settled, we went and walked to Kata's hotel room, picked him up. We walked around a bunch. We went to the Yellow Vaults, and we got dinner, and basically just hunted around Waikiki, which is pretty dense. It's sporadic in a way, like you kind of bounce around, like it's definitely nothing like my straight walk that just you hit the vaults along the way. And honestly, there were so many times that we were so busy talking and like enjoying ourselves that we forgot to hit vaults. I looked back at my map and I'm like, oh, I missed that one and that one. So, but
that was probably one of the coolest parts, was like getting to meet everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
What a day.
Makiki, Tiki, and Psycho and Jenny were like amazing hosts. So Psycho and Jenny run the YMCA there, which is like hunters hangout headquarters, whatever. So whenever they have like big events, all the Hawaiian hunters kind of like meet up there, and they go from there to hunt around, and they've got kind of a good setup for that. And then for out of town hunters that come by, like the YMCA doubles as kind of like a hostel / halfway house kind of place. So you can rent a room much cheaper than you can get a hotel. And Makiki and Psycho were wonderful about like, giving us rides to the airport, picking us up, and then being our tour guides. All along the trip, Psycho kept pulling out like a Ziploc baggie of Spam musubi, like just like wanting to feed everyone. They're awesome. And,
nice.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Psycho and Makiki, they're twins. They're adorable. Like I had a couple points where I had to look at, I tried to look at their shoes to figure out which was which, and then I realized they were wearing identical shoes.
They're Hokas, yeah.
Yeah. And so then, like, there were sometimes like I had to remember, okay, which one was wearing which shirt because they really even as like middle-aged men, they still look exactly the same and their voices are the same. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to tell them apart. And then they would like change shirts. I was
Yeah.
like, wait,
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was super fun.
Yeah. They're wonderful though.
Yeah, literally all the Hawaiians. I mean, the Hawaiian hunters are like some of the nicest people alive. Like even so like I said, Habutaro was flying in from the Big Island, and Kauai lives in Honolulu. So Kauai was our other tribe member. Kauai and Habutaro. We'll get through all the tribe members shortly, but he picked us up from the airport, which was super nice. And so he picked up me, Marvin's house, and Habutaro. And then we also did a little bit of hunting before because he was like, oh, well, we're kind of early. Like, do you guys want to go hit some vaults? It took us straight to Iolani Palace, and we hit the Yellow Vault.
Which had a huge banyan tree in the backyard. You took your photos of like the palace. I took my photos of the banyan tree because I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah. Man, it was, I wish we had more time to like go walk around that area because it was really like, it's interesting. I've been to Hawaii a couple of times and it's interesting to see like the city life. I've never been to Waikiki or like downtown Honolulu. And so like the city life was like really crazy to see.
It was such a shock. Like I was shocked because I've been to tons of islands. I've never seen a city so big on an island. Like I expected a city, but like this city is huge. Like it's got like 5 times as many skyscrapers as Oklahoma City does. Like it's crazy and it's so dense and there's tons of people, there's tons of cars everywhere. Like it is a busy city and I was not expecting that. I was expecting island life city, you know, relaxed and chill and slow, but no, not at all.
It makes me kind of look forward though, because I've never been to Miami in Florida, and I feel like that's kind of what Miami might be like. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could tell me.
It reminded me a lot of Miami.
Makes me kind of excited to go there and like experience that. But so then let's see. So that was the morning of the quest, and then after we did a little bit of hunting, we all met up at Coco Crater at the bottom in the parking lot at 11 a.m. This is like the first time all of us were like getting together as a group. So this is when me and Korkio first met, and it was so exciting.
Yeah, it was like we were old friends, like you know.
Yeah. It was like the easiest meet ever. But oh my gosh, and then just taking all of our group pictures in the lot, and meeting Bullish and his wife, who came all the way from
Toronto,
well,
Montreal area.
Yeah. And like on their honeymoon, and decided like to do this quest.
Yeah, they were so adorable. So they had gotten married just like a few days before, and like I mean, you could tell they were super happy. They were kind of glowing. Like they were really cute.
Yeah, they had the wedding glow.
Yeah.
So you want to go through? I was just going to announce like all of our tribe members because I mean, of course, we had Makiki Tiki and Psycho 808, who are our amazing hosts that also did the hike with us.
But they weren't in the tribe, technically.
No.
But they were our tribe guides, basically. Yeah.
But they did get their koa wood, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So they didn't have to waste 2 trips that week. They only did the one. And then same thing with Boswald's. Boswald's came and met us like 30 minutes after we already started, and somehow caught up to us.
Oh yeah, he was going pretty quick.
He is insane. But the tribe members were obviously the ladies of the hunt, me and Korkio, Marvin's house, K-Hag, Kata, Bullish 13, Baby Yoda 94, which is Bullish and his wife, Kauai, and Habutaro. So that was our 9 hunters. Yes, we definitely had all 9 before we left for this. Aperture Cat asked that, and I was like, yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, we all spent a lot of money, I promise. Like, although maybe like, you know, some of us got a deal, but So yeah,
And
so then we all met at the bottom in the parking lot. Go ahead.
yeah, and we all kind of like, we had kind of all secretly like put together gifts to give each other. I was hoping we would do gifts at the end, like a birthday party, like
I didn't
once
even
we're
think,
done.
I was just so excited.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, once we're done, like, oh, we can surprise everyone with gifts. And then we all just started pulling out gifts because we were just so excited. And honestly, I'm glad we did it then, because I would not have been able to be as grateful at the end.
Right.
Like, I was
We
so
were all
exhausted.
sweaty and
Yeah.
dirty and disgusting, and all we wanted was water.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I 3D printed. So this was my first. Oh, you've got them.
And
So
I have them on my laptop in front of me. They were my
Nice.
motivation for today.
Nice. Yeah, I 3D printed Tiki Chiefs. I had to actually design the 3D file because the file out of the game is actually an animation file, and so it's not like you can't
Doesn't
actually
give you
use
all
it.
sides.
Yeah, well, it doesn't give you all sides, and it's all it's in pieces.
Okay.
So I actually had to like act like I've done a lot of photo editing in my life. That's easy compared to this. This was super complicated. So, but I did it. I managed to make it work. And then I printed 12 of them, and the print itself took 12 hours. So it was like an hour per tiki. So I just set it before I went to bed, and it was done in the morning. And then
Nice.
I painted the minis, which it was my first ever time painting a miniature. I got lucky that my boyfriend actually has a miniature painting kit, which had never been used, I guess. So I busted it out, and I tested it on one of my test prints, and I was like, okay, maybe I can make this work. And then, yeah. So I was super proud of those. Now I'm kind of confused, though, because I printed 12. I brought 12 with me. I ended up with one still in my bag.
Uh-oh.
And I thought I gave one to all the hunters plus Boswald's, Makiki, Psycho, and Jenny. So that would be 8 plus 4. That would be 12. And I'm thinking I missed someone. Yeah.
What if you missed like Makiki Tiki or Psycho because you thought you handed it to one? And
Oh, no.
He said like, "Oh, I already have it," and you were like, "Oh, okay."
Oh man.
Maybe,
I hope that's not the
one of
case.
them. Well, we can always ship them out there, right?
Yeah.
Let us know, you guys, if you didn't get your Tiki Chief.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, because these are so cool. I'm obsessed with these. They're so cute.
It took me probably a good.
I'm gonna try to get like a closer so you guys can see them. They're so little, but they're so cool.
Yeah, I tried to put the staff in his hand, or the spear, but it was too small. It kept breaking off. And then
arms look really good.
Yeah, I had to really adjust those because initially when I printed it, they were separate, and I was like, oh no, they have to be like attached to his body, otherwise it's not gonna work. So I had to like redo the arms. Yeah. But it was a long process.
Such a nice gift.
Oh, thank you. I probably spent like a good solid 4 days. Probably 5 days. I don't know.
So nice.
Yeah. It was fun though.
Amazing.
It was a good skill to learn. So, and then you got us so many gifts.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I guess, okay. So Marvin's house and I are, yes, my girl. I want to my girl. I get it. Like, come on.
It's so cute.
We have to have our matching plushies.
This thing was a lifesaver on the airplane. Let me tell you.
It makes me so happy.
Because it was the perfect neck pillow. You know? Oh, my headphone just came out.
You just right in between his legs?
Yeah. And like, because I always pick a window seat, and on the way there, like I had a little blanket that I brought and that I rolled up, but it was so squishy, and I kept like I would get a kink in my neck because Yeah, this just like perfectly solid against the window, didn't move, no kink in my neck. He was great as
Yes.
my new
And
travel
super
buddy.
soft.
Yeah, yeah,
I know. I forgot mine. I was so pissed because I wanted to bring him on the like up
oh
the volcano with me, but thinking about it, thinking back on it now, I'm kind of glad we didn't because he would have just got so gross and sweaty and dirty,
yeah,
and I would have been upset with myself.
yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, we brought those, and well, cornucopia helped us out, but we also just our Marvin's house and I are both like extremely like that's what is makes me happy is gift giving. Like
Me
that's my
too.
love language, you know?
Yeah,
And so that was like our way of yeah, just
yeah.
saying like a huge thank you to everybody. So we also got
The
keep those
pins.
keychains, the pins
Yeah,
and the
and
keychains from Crypto Cornucopia. And then he also sent us all. He hooked up everybody with one of the Coin Hunt World water bottles, so
yeah,
everybody had their water bottles.
mine's in the sink. It's getting washed.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, he really he hooked us up, and then he also gave us those like Bitcoin and Ethereum and the Doge
those are cool.
gold bills. So
Yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
was nice.
So my boyfriend has a collection of like crypto coins. Like he's got like a Solana and like, you know.
Nice.
So we've added the bills to like his little like crypto shrine that he has set up.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad
Yeah.
you guys liked it.
Yeah.
Good additions. I think I'm gonna frame mine. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I didn't decide for my Coin Hunt World office. For my
Yeah.
ladies of the hunt office.
Yeah. So I was blown away by Habutero. Like she flew from the Big
Yeah.
Island and she brought us so many gifts.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. So
My kitchen is stocked right now. I'm so amped.
right.
Plus, I had so many snacks on the rest of my trip in the plane home.
I know.
So
yeah.
awesome.
So we got these Hawaii calendars. They're kind of hard for the camera to see, apparently. Hawaii calendars.
Oh yeah.
And then she also got us. She brought bags of these cookies, and we were able to pick two each.
Local Hawaiian cookies.
Yeah.
So
I got the toasted coconut and the
coffee macadamia.
No, it was that new term that we all had to ask what it was. It's like a crispy rice, like an Asian crispy rice flavor, which is really good. Yeah.
And the chocolate covered macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Those are good. Yep.
She definitely said, like, I know you're gonna need the calories after this.
Right.
No, that was so sweet of her. Honestly. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then
delicious.
K-Hag brought us all these car bumper stickers that say I break
for user
vaults. Yep. Yay. And then he also had these prints made. So you can't really see it, but nope. Yeah, you can't see it.
I was having a little bit of luck, but no, you're going to just take me out.
Yeah. It's basically like it's got the volcano in the background and like all the individual hunters with our names, like who we were and what tiki we were wearing. And then we all signed all of them. So now each of us has one of these with the signatures of the hunters that climbed the volcano with us. So that's really
such
cool.
a great idea.
Yeah.
And he also made, or him with the help of the amazing Kevo strings, made those amazing postcard for Bullish and his wife with husband and wife cubies, like them as their tikis, but dressed in, you know, a tux and a wedding dress.
Yeah.
With the two of them in the front and the rest of the tribe in the back. With
it was like a wedding photo, but tiki style.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Volcano Quest style.
Yeah. And then we all signed a card for them, you know, a happy wedding card, you know. It was really cute.
Yeah. It was so cute. I think Kevo shared it on his Created by Strings Instagram, which is his Coin Hunt World collection and stuff. So if you ever want to see any of the QBs that he's designed, or the additional designs that he makes, like this one, he posted it there. It's really cute.
Yeah.
So they'll have something to remember, like not just from their honeymoon, but like the fact that they spent their honeymoon doing this crazy class.
Right. And then K-Hag also got these prints made for the first round of hunters. So Makiki and Psycho and that crew. So that if they want to sign them and hand them out to the whole tribe, they can do that too. So, yeah.
That was
okay.
So cool.
Are we missing anything?
We got Psycho 808's wife making spam musubi for everybody at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
And then also Makiki Tiki and Psycho they've done this so many times, you guys. They've got a cooler in the back of their car, so they were set. Like, we had waters for before and after we got to the bottom of the hill.
Yes.
It was everything you could think of: water, Gatorade, Coke, Sprite,
guava juice. Guava juice. Which is my favorite.
Right? That stuff. The pineapple mango one is my favorite. It's probably flowing through my veins right now because I've been drinking it all week.
Yeah.
Like a sugar rush, but
yeah. Oh, and your tiki mug.
Wait, I have it right here. So Makiki Tiki said in one of our last streams that if I had brought him a QB plushie, that he would exchange me for a tiki mug. So we brought both one for him, Makiki Tiki, and for Psycho 808. And this is the amazing. Wait. I gotta be slow about it.
So cool. I'm so jealous.
Dude, you guys, this art is insane. Look at these teeth. Okay, wait.
I am so jealous.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's insane. And then it's got the tiki on the back too.
Oh, I didn't even see the back of it. That's cool. Oh, jealous. So
gorgeous.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna use it all the time or never use it because you don't want to damage it?
No, I'll never use it.
Okay.
Honestly, I went, we did a little bit of shell diving in Maui one day while my mom and I and my brother. So I think I'll probably put some shells in there and stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So nothing gets damaged.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because those are just as prized. But oh my God, this guy is so stinking cool.
Yeah.
I can't even. And the weight of it, you guys, it's probably
it's solid.
It's solid. They're made out of clay. But I mean, it's huge. Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
The teeth, it was perfect.
Yeah.
So thank you, Makiki Tiki. Mahalo. I am obsessed. You are crazy talented. And yeah, I mean, again, I think he said it before. If anybody wants to buy one from him, he sells them. You just have to DM him, but they take a few weeks to make, as you can tell. I mean, the intricacy is absolutely top notch. And he really puts the thought and time and effort into them. So thank you. Mahalo.
So when we,
I think we covered. That was everybody. Everybody brought something. Almost everybody brought something really amazing and just so generous.
And honestly, one of the gifts that wasn't even meant as a gift that was a gift for me that was really exciting for me is that so many people showed up in our merch, wearing our shirts. And I was I
freaked out.
Yeah. So
I saw him at the airport and was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So K-Hag was wearing one of the Tiki shirts, which I saw he had ordered one, but I didn't think he was going to get it in time, but he happened to get it in time. And then, Kawhi was wearing, our shirt that has all the vaults and keys and QBs and stuff in the different colors. And we were obviously wearing our jerseys. And then Habutera was wearing an Ethereum Hunter shirt.
Yep.
And then were there any others? I think that was it.
No, honestly, Marvin's house is blowing it, man. I got to get him some merch.
Yeah, it was so awesome to see those shirts out in the wild, and I mean, they looked good. They looked good.
Toasty says beer. Yes. Also, even Boswald's brought something. Boswald's welcomed us so graciously after this hike, invited all of us disgusting, sweaty human beings into his pool, to his home for his pool and for beer in the backyard. Which this backyard, you guys,
it was nice.
oh,
He's
man.
got so many fruit trees. So he picked a star fruit.
Star fruit.
He picked it right off the tree and cut it up for us. And there's like other things we didn't get to eat were like there was breadfruit, there was passion fruit, there was these little limes, which I always forget the name of them. But I remember seeing the word written down and thinking it looked like calamari. So it was like calamaki or something limes. Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of stuff back there. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So I had never had star fruit before, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, me neither. And it was like literally star fruit. I'll post a picture and off topic maybe later so everybody can check it out. But
if you've never had it before, it was almost like mildly the texture of an apple. Yeah, it was a softer apple, not as crisp. And it almost had the taste of an apple slightly, but not as apple-y, if that makes sense. Tart, I would say. Yeah, not as tart. And you could
eat
a
green apple.
Yeah, and you just take the seeds out, but you can eat the whole thing aside from the seeds. So there's no like core or anything. And you can eat the skin and whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
And then, I mean, let's go over the things that happened along the way, because first of all, we crushed it, and we had people in the chat getting on us about getting referrals, even though we could barely breathe talking to everybody in the chat. We ended up snagging a referral on the way down. Dang it.
On the way up.
Anna the link to this. I'm sorry, on the way up.
Yeah.
On her way down, I should have sent Anna this link so she could watch this.
Oh well.
I'll send it to her after. But I did send her the link to our stream, or the video that we had posted, so she could see herself in there. And but yeah, that was insane.
If you need tips on how to get a random stranger into Coin Hunt World, like we did it, you can just watch.
Yeah, we may have been like word vomiting a little bit.
Yeah,
because we were all just like so excited.
Right.
And she was interested. Like, she was really receptive. It's not like we were scaring her. It wasn't like we were holding her hostage. Like, you need to put this referral code in your phone.
Yeah. She seemed surprised and intrigued. Like, she wanted to know things. So we were answering her questions and then also giving her more on top of that. But it was so weird how it happened. Like, I think I had said something like, man, these walking quests don't prepare you for this hike. And then she happened to be walking by us at that point, and she goes, I know, right? And I'm like, wait, who said that? And then I think you turned. Yeah.
Wait, I don't know if this is the same. I don't know if that's the same one. I think that was wasn't that the girl that was going to take our picture?
No, that was her, because I watched it on the stream. I watched it afterwards. Yeah. You turned around and said, oh, do you play Coin Hunt World? And she was like, no, what? And then, so we told her about the game, and she was like, oh, yeah. Well, we're like, do you have Android? And she's like, yeah. We're like, yes! Yeah. Yeah. And we talked to a bunch of other people about it, like, along the way afterwards, and they all had iPhones.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so disappointing.
Or they lived in Australia.
Oh, yeah, those people.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and you could tell they were a little standoffish, and like we weren't gonna try to force it on anybody. But here's the other referral that that ended up happening was K Hag had brought one of the stickers that he got from KSG and slapped it up on one of the signs at the top where all of the graffiti walls and stuff are. And that dude that was crazy hiking that thing barefoot scanned it and was like, had all sorts of questions and was really interested. He had an iPhone though, But I guess he has an old Android at home.
Right. So I don't know if he's actually going to play the game, but he scanned it.
Yeah. Or I think he took a picture of it, is what K-Mag said. So he took a picture of it so he'd be able to scan it from his Android at home. So I really hope he like does the second step and does that.
Yeah, and then I hope he reaches out so that we can know, you know.
Yeah.
I really want to talk to Anna soon.
I know. Oh, okay. So here's the other thing about Anna. Okay. So she also has Discord, right, guys? So she was very receptive. We exchanged phone numbers because I had to end up sending her the link because the glare from the sun, the sun was beating down on us. So the glare from the sun was like, you know, not allowing the QR code to scan. So I had to send her the referral link. So we were kind of texting back and forth for a couple of days, like, you know, and I didn't want to scare her off. So I didn't bombard her with a bunch of like, but I was like, here's that website we were telling you about. This is the Coin Hunt Wiki. We've got like a start guide. If you have any questions, literally like that's where everything you need to know is. And then I sent her the link to the Discord and said, okay, so here's the Discord link too. I know there's a ton of hunters that are excited to meet you because everybody in the chat was going nuts for Anna. Like, they were like, yeah, tell her about the username. And like, it was just, it was super exciting. Live referral.
Yeah, and then she popped into the Discord and she said hi, and everyone's like, oh, it's the famous Anna. Like, they were super excited she was there, so, yeah.
I don't know if she I don't know if she was ready for it, but I did say, like, we're all kind of waiting for you there. And then so as soon as she told me what her username was, her in-game username was, I searched for her in the Discord, and as soon as I found her, I was like, everybody, please give a warm welcome to the infamous Anna, the newest CHW Hawaiian hunter. Super exciting. I love the Harry Potter reference in her username, and she got loads of love. Everybody immediately was like, do you have Twitter? Can you retweet this for the contest? Just funny.
Yeah, but, and apparently, like, it seems that she hikes that volcano regularly.
She didn't look winded at all coming down the hill, so I'm gonna guess that she does.
Yeah, so I'd bet you she leads the next team up there. And I bet Awesome John, I think that was his username. I know it's John. I think it's Awesome John. I bet he's on that because he really wanted to join our tribe, but we only needed 2 Hawaiians, and so we weren't in control of which Hawaiians joined us. I think he got on the ball a little late. So I bet you her and Awesome John are on the next hike up there. So
and honestly, I think it might be like relatively soon because Makiki Tiki told me there's like 5 to 7 hunters that are still like need to do the quest and want to do the quest. So like local Hawaiians. Yeah. So I think like, you know, the next, what they're doing, if I had to guess, because of the kindness in their hearts, they're holding on to a few hunters to kind of space it out for some mainlanders to come in. Yeah. That's just a guess. I'm not speaking for Makiki Tiki or Psycho. So if they do it, it'd be awesome if they do another like local gang, and then, you know, we got to get more mainlanders out there. But I'm excited for them. Yeah. I hope she sticks with it. I think she's really gonna like it though. It seems like it was right up her alley. Like she had Discord, she had an Android. She was blown away that all of us had like flown from California and Oklahoma and Pennsylvania, and so I think we gave her just the right amount of information. I shouldn't have gone all of their like the volcano quest stuff once upon a time, but
I'm excited for her. I hope we get to chat with her.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. We're just trying not to scare her away yet, guys. So slow and steady wins the race.
Right. So what else was exciting that happened? We got lots of random people to stop and take our photos. Yes. We did so many group photos.
I'm sorry, but we have to, or else like, we're never all gonna do this again.
Yeah. I got home and I realized I'd had like no photos of the trip on my phone because like I was streaming the whole time. So everyone else had to take photos. So we actually like, we have a Google Drive for everyone to put stuff in. So far it's just been the two of us putting stuff in, but hopefully the others get around to putting their stuff in there too.
Yeah, we should have like a picture of the two of us that I'm dying to see.
Oh yeah. I've actually added it to our shop page.
Oh, nice. Oh my God.
Yeah, because we're both in our jerseys. So I put it's like when you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the shop, it's the first picture is the two of us in our jerseys.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Need to go check.
Yeah.
But I will do. I'll wait until do that. I see it. Let's catch up in the chat just a little bit. So Toasty said, so cool getting the referral. I've only ever freaked people out. Yeah, I think some people were looking at us crazy a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially when we were at the top and doing the ritual because we were all on our phones, right? And they could hear like the ritual happening. And I also like broke out my little anchor speaker. So the ritual was on like getting kind of blasted on the speaker,
and it played in sync, which was great. Like it played, like it started on all of our phones at exactly the same time, so we just had like stereo sound for that ritual. It was really cool.
It was awesome. I was smiling so big, like the visual, like just all of it was. It gives you goosebumps, like
yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it was so gratifying after that like insane hike.
I just wish that we had like beforehand. I kind of wish we had watched the recording of the video before and had figured out which parts were ours and then like said our lines. Like I think that would have been fun.
I know. I didn't even realize that the two tikis that we were using were the ones that were having the oh no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like every member of the tribe said something though. Or at least almost every member of the tribe said something. Yeah. So like, yeah, it would have been cool if we all learned our lines and acted it out. But I also think maybe we were a little too exhausted for that. So who knows?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Rainstorm said Anna's going to be mad when she realizes all the wood she missed out on. Luckily, it's only been, what, a few months? So,
yeah,
I wonder how
like
much, that. Do you know how many, I don't even know, maybe we shouldn't dox his koa wood stash, but I'm curious to know how much Makiki and Psycho might have in the rest of the game.
I don't know, but they've been going every week, so.
Crazy guys.
Yeah.
They're so smart, though, bringing, like, the hiking sticks.
Ugh.
And
I wish they had mentioned that to us, and I could have brought a hiking stick.
I don't know if it would have fit in my luggage, to be honest.
Well, I mean, like, I could have, like, I don't know, found a stick along our walking through Honolulu and, like, brought it with us. But then again, there were some times that I needed to actually use my hands on the ground, so maybe that wouldn't have worked, so.
And we had one hand full the entire time.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So.
Yeah. We got DZ from the Berg in the chat. He says, I get to go next year around this time. That'll be awesome. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Hopefully you've got some way to record the whole thing because, yeah, you'll be so exhausted from the hike you won't really remember the things. So you'll want to have record of it.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah, it was wow. I mean, you have all this time to prepare, DZ. So
yeah,
definitely start on that damn stair climber or stairmaster, whatever you got.
Start doing box jumps.
Yes.
Box jumps will definitely help.
Yeah. Like I don't know what can prepare you for that because that was just that was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And Kawhi warned all of us about it like while we were in the car. He goes, "Okay, so listen. I'm not trying to like kill the fun or anything, but I hate this hike. You're going to hate this hike. It's hard to tell anybody that it's fun because it's not." And he's like, but it's really worth it. So Kawhi went with the first group of hunters, the first time around, the locals.
Yeah.
And he didn't participate. He was there for sport, and planned to do the next one, but he knew like it's the worst.
Yeah. And he wasn't in the best of shape temporarily either, because like a couple of days before we did this hike, he had some like extreme tennis accident. Yeah. Where like he had gone to like hit the ball like right by the net, and he slid into the net and he scraped himself up on the pole that holds the net up. And so like his elbow was all scarred up, and like his back and his knee, like he did not look comfortable, but he did it. He still did it.
Yeah. It was impressive.
Yeah.
Type 2 fun, Lepiot says. You're not having fun while you're doing it, but you look back and say, yeah, it was fun. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Type
Perfect
2
way
fun
to describe it. Yes. I think we were being good champs, but as soon as I was away from the machine, I was like, oh my God, I want to die. It was pretty, legendary is a good word.
Toasties, you better make your wife come. She should just go. She should do it. I mean, it's like,
come on, Bill Beats out. You want that BP.
It's one of those, like, it's just a life experience that you can say you've had. Like, it's a life accomplishment. You can say you've done it. Like, yeah.
That's easily the hardest hike I've ever done in my entire life.
Yeah. And it's funny because as we were driving there, I was thinking like, oh, the last island I went to, I climbed a mountain. And like when I did that, I was the first one up, like no problem. There were some people with us on that hike, like, because it was my family that came with us, and some people didn't even, like, they stopped halfway up because the hike was too hard for them. And I had no problem. I wasn't even winded at the top. And that was before walking quests and before I lost 16 pounds. And so I was in much worse shape back then. And I was like thinking to myself, I'm not going to have that much of a problem with this hike. It should be fine. And then we round the corner and I see just like this path straight up. And I'm like, oh, that's another story.
Yeah.
So
it was insane. Like literally when you showed the stream and you're like, so I'm looking straight ahead and all you see is like 2 stairs.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them are just going straight up.
Yeah.
There's no gradual steepness. No, they're going straight up.
Yeah.
Toasties asked, can you look inside the volcano? So you can't look inside of it because it's obviously it's dormant. So there's, greener, as much greenery as possible, but with the climate being what it is up there, it's very windy. It was very hot. But there's, a little bit of trees for shade and stuff like that. But then once you like crest the top of it, it's literally just a crater at the bottom. So,
and it's not even habitat. Like a complete crater. So I don't even know if dormant is necessarily the right word. It might just be completely inactive, like, because dormant.
Oh, inactive, yeah.
Because dormant, I think, implies that it might become active again in the future, but I'm not sure.
Oh, snap. Am I using that wrong?
I don't know. I'm thinking, I'm just guessing. I'm not 100% sure. But so this volcano hasn't been active in like 30,000 years. So if you think about the islands of Hawaii, right, they go from big on the bottom and gradually get little as you go up. The way that works is there's like a hot spot in the ocean. Like the volcano is actually like underwater, and the like land mass, like the plates move, right? And so as it moves and the volcano erupts, it creates a new island. So the biggest island is where the volcano currently is. It's the newest island. And like over time, like the island gets eroded away and becomes smaller and smaller. So the small islands at the top were the first ones to be created by a volcano. And as the plates moved, the volcano kind of stayed in the same spot and the plate shifted and it just created more islands. So Honolulu is like kind of in the middle of all the islands. So it was a long ass time ago that island was created. And most of the actual crater has kind of eroded away. So there's actually like buildings and stuff in the crater. But there's still kind of like a ridge line and like a top of it. It's just not it's not like a complete crater.
Right.
So, yeah.
It was cool though that like it was literally like we were so close to the ocean that you could have hiked down the back way and hiked down to the beach, which was another option for us, but we decided that we would have been stranded at the beach, which isn't a bad idea.
Because we wouldn't have had our cars there. Yeah.
But yeah, our cars were definitely like 5 to 10 miles the opposite direction. And nobody was going to have the mental fortitude to be able to walk after that.
Right. So. Yeah. Because, you can go up the railroad ties like we did. Or there's like, you can follow the ridge line up and like she said, it goes all the way down to like the beach. And it's like super steep on both sides. So it seems a little bit more dangerous, especially on a windy day because like, it's like really narrow where you're walking. You're literally walking along this ridge. And like, it's just a steep drop off on both sides. And I thought it looked like a really cool hike. Like I was kind of disappointed we didn't do that, but whatever. Yeah.
I was Next time. Blowing over though at the top of the,
it was super windy.
It was so windy. It was so strong. I mean, it felt really good, but I also like could not stand. So, it's pretty windy.
Yeah. Okay. So Rainstorm says a volcano is either active, dormant / inactive, or extinct. So this one's extinct.
Okay. Got it.
So I guess dormant and inactive are the same. So this is no longer risk of activation. There's no volcano below it.
Volcano class is in session.
Can you paraglide off that sucker? I mean, probably.
I
don't see why not.
Wish I would have thought of that. Somebody else said on that wasn't even in our group, but was like, "Yeah, you need a wingsuit," and I immediately thought of you, Leffy, if you're still in here
with the squirrel suits. Yes,
and he said, "Just jump." Just be so terrified, but yes.
Oh, that would be so awesome. I'd be all about it. But because, once you get to the top and you look down the other side, it's kind of just like a cliff. That would be the perfect way to go. Like, or the perfect way to go, like die.
Yeah, go out. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Rainstorm said he Googled that. Well, thank you for the class session because I don't want to teach anybody the wrong thing.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we know the correct terminology. So we climbed an extinct volcano.
Extinct, and if it were to ever be active again, it would be dormant or inactive.
Yeah.
If it had the possibility of being so.
Yeah.
But wingsuit would have been great. Pudding slide.
Pudding slide. I want the pudding slide so bad.
A zip line. Like literally anything but the hike down would have been amazing.
So we noticed as we were hiking, there's like this giant QR code a couple of times in the bushes. And that's like a link to a GoFundMe for the organization that kind of keeps the path nice and maintains it.
Cocoa Coalition.
Yeah, the Cocoa Coalition. Yeah. So I say we all raise a bunch of money, give it to the Cocoa Coalition, and earmark it for a pudding slide.
Oh my God.
Just be like, here's like $20,000, but you must use it for a pudding slide.
I think that'd probably be the cost of all of the pudding.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I'll just take covering up the 20 feet of falling to your death for that 30-foot stretch. Even that would be nice.
That was my favorite part, though.
Really? Oh my God. Baby Yoda was like, okay. She comes up after we crest that part. She comes up and she's like, I thought that was going to be the whole thing and I was about to kill somebody. She's like, I was about, she said the thought went through her head, do I just turn around? What? Is this what's going to, is this how it's going to be the whole time? I would have been right there with her. That was scary. I've done some scary stuff, but I wasn't expecting that.
It definitely required on the way down to do that on your butt.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I wasn't going to walk it on the way down because, like...
We trained it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, put your feet up, scoot your butt down. Put your feet up, scoot your butt down. Like, that's how we did it on the... Well, at least that's how I did it on the way down.
Yeah.
And that way it was good because then I used more arm muscle and less leg muscle. So my legs kind of got a break and my arms did a little bit more work. So saved me just a little bit, but
yeah, it was smart. You saved me with that trick. So I was just trying to not let my butt fall through there.
Yeah. I don't know that I have that worry. My butt's too big.
Or a leg or a foot. Nothing to fall through, because that would not be... Anything falling through would be so awkward and painful.
Yeah.
But we almost forgot, you guys, the interesting things that we see on our walks / hikes / epic quests doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Because we found, actually K-Hag found a ginormous centipede on his leg while we were at the top.
It's crazy how so much of our, like, interesting things is wildlife.
Yeah.
This thing was like...
It's very fitting.
Yeah, it was like, what, like 5-6 inches long, would you say?
Well, yeah, by the time that I saw it, they had already, like...
tried to chop it in half.
And it was still, like, moving on both ends.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like one of those centipedes, like, that it's, like, its body is black and its legs are red. And I had seen those before, actually at in Phoenix, they have like this big regular flea market that they do, and there's like an exotic pets dealer in the flea market, and he had like tarantulas, and he had one of those centipedes. The one he had was way chunkier though. It was like the size of a banana. It was like a banana with legs. So this looked like a baby version of that, but I still recognized it as like the same thing.
Apparently, did Makiki Tiki say that they're pretty invasive to the island, and that's why we killed it, right?
I don't know.
I think that's why we killed it, or else we would have let it go. But I think he said it's invasive.
I don't know if K-Hag would have wanted to just let it go after it spent a long time on his leg.
It did, yeah. He was not down for the creepy crawlies. He was like, okay, this trip just went from a 5 to a 2.5.
Like, he said he just kind of, like, felt it and didn't know what it was. Like, it had been there. And then he finally looked down and it was there. And, like, it was huge. It was huge. And, like she said, someone, like, chopped it in half, kind of. It was still somewhat connected. And it was trying to crawl 2 different directions. Like, yeah, it was...
Gross.
Yeah.
No thanks. But he did photobomb our picture, so I really do want to like zoom in on that group photo and see if we can see him.
Well, yeah, and I mean he's on the stream. I got a good close up of him on the stream, so if you watch the end of the video, yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but yeah.
Crazy.
It was interesting. We should have named him. Why didn't we name him?
Right? Zach. No. He gets named a lot of things. I guess we could have named him something else.
Well, yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way by any means. I just thought of like all of the things that Zach, it's just
things
like,
that get named after Zach. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. We could add that to the list of things that are named after Zach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not yeah. Anyways. I'm catching up in the chat just a little bit. QR code in the bushes sounds sketchy. Might want to mark it a little differently. Oh, but they were on Rainstorm. I'm not sure if you caught our stream from the Hawaii cast. They were on the I'm not even really sure what those markers were, but I just know that every time we hit one, it was like we'd hit like 30 and we had to get to marker 47 or 46.
They were maintenance markers.
Maintenance markers. Okay.
So basically, like, if there's an issue on the path, like, wherever the issue is, they look at what the maintenance marker number is, and they can say, okay, this needs to be done at maintenance marker number so-and-so. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So that's what those were there for. And then, there were QR codes on signs, like, around those and along the way for the Coco Coalition. So, I mean, it's smart because, people are using the path right then and there. We don't have that in California on any of our hikes. And I'm like, we would get way more donations if that were the case, because people are more apt to do something right away when they're right there doing it rather than later. So if you have the QR code right there, at least in my experience, that's usually the case. So,
Jason thinks we should call the centipede Bob.
Bob.
I think I along those lines, I'm thinking Bill. Kind of after Bill, but also you could like use that that Schoolhouse Rock song. You know that song, like, I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill?
Oh my God, yes.
So you could change it to I'm Just a Centipede on Cocoa Hill or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
I don't know. That just randomly popped into my head. Yeah, maybe Leppy can make it sound better.
Oh, yeah. What about a lepipede? Like a...
Lepipede?
No, that doesn't work. Sorry. Leppy? Wait, no. I'm sorry, Leppy. I'd love to do an after you, but that just doesn't work.
I mean, she's already... Leppy is already after butterflies, though. Lepidoptera, like, it's a butterfly thing, right? I mean, yeah, okay.
Well, so... Okay.
Yeah.
Similar, right? Isn't that like caterpillar family-ish?
Well, but I don't think centipedes are in the caterpillar family.
Are they not? I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably not, because they don't turn into beautiful butterflies.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look up the life cycle of a centipede. Maybe I'll know for the next episode. Who knows? Rainstorm says, Kill Bill Volume 3, die, centipede, die.
I'm just thinking now that this is probably going to be one of the search terms of the week for
Right?
Oh my goodness.
Leppy says she wasn't there. She can't write the song.
True. Oh. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you'd have to be there to write it, but you were there for the stream.
Yeah.
So yeah, we spent a little bit of time. How long would you say it took us to like get to the top?
I did not. I didn't pay attention.
I was like not in keeping track of time or how any concept of it.
The stream lasted for like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we cut it like, I want to say like halfway down the hill, maybe like halfway down.
I think it was even like sooner than that.
Was it?
Right? Yeah, because I think it was, because it was hard. Like, remember how we said climbing up, it definitely got harder the closer you got to the top. So I think we probably made it down like, I don't know, maybe a quarter. And we were like, okay, battery's about to die. We're about to die.
Yeah.
We're kind of running out of water here. So I think it's probably best that we save our energy. And we said we would stream when we got down to the bottom, and then
and we didn't.
Were all just like super exhausted,
and my phone was dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Korkio's phone was dead. You couldn't even hunt on the way back.
Yeah, I had a full charge. Like, I kept the car in I kept the phone in the car on the charger until we left, and so I started with 100%. And then when we ended the stream, like a quarter of the way down, I was at 12%. So
okay.
That was actually pretty good. Like, I was surprised how long it lasted with how, I mean, we were running a stream, playing the game and everything. Yeah.
We probably would have made it all the way down. I don't know, because your phone was keeping, like, it was holding battery for a long while.
Well, when we finally did make it down and I hadn't had anything running, I think I was at like 7%.
Okay. Was it still running in the background or anything, or no?
No, nothing was running.
Okay. So maybe not. Yeah.
Leppy says, I'll think about writing you a centipede song maybe for your birthday. Cool. Okay. My birthday is the beginning of January. You have plenty of time.
Well, mine's sooner than that. It's October, so.
Okay, for your birthday then. Yeah.
Yeah. The sooner the better.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything else on our list of things?
Yeah, that we want to cover from the quest. Let's see. We did run out of water about like halfway down, maybe a little bit further, but it was okay because we chugged a bunch on the way up. And I think by the time we got to the bottom, the fact that Makiki and Psycho 808 had cold waters and beverages already down there was like a godsend.
I think I drank 3 bottles of water once I got to the bottom. And I don't think I had to pee for hours. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think I was just rehydrating like everything that had seeped out. Like,
yeah. Man.
So yeah, everyone in the chat's asking about the RNG blueprint.
Are we not talking about Hawaii, you guys? I just want to relive that whole trip, but fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know anything about the RNG blueprint except that it exists now.
Yeah. So K-Hag has had quite the luck over, I mean, it sounds like over the past week. A lot of it, I mean, yes, luck. Yes, RNG. A lot of it, he is going on a world tour, a Yellow Vault States world tour. So, he got out. He's on like Yellow Vault number 16, I think, or maybe 17 by this point. Who knows where he's going today? And got an RNG blueprint.
Isn't he back home now? Or is he still going?
I think so. But he went and met up with like KSG, and they went to New York last night. KSG was streaming, and so I was able to hop into that for a little bit. And they were on their way to New York from New Jersey, and I think K-Hag picked up KSG. So
doesn't he have a wife that like would miss him and a job?
I think he's like fully sending it. I don't know. He kept saying he wasn't making a leaderboard push, and now I think is committing to the leaderboard push. So, I mean, you kind of have to after you travel to a state that's on the opposite side of where you're from the East Coast and you travel to the West Coast, and especially to California, and you fill a Los Angeles crane to 75%. You better commit to the leaderboard push, buddy, or else I'm just going to be pissed because it was a waste, like it was for the other person that threw it in. But anyways.
Yeah. Should we just like clear the air and just explain what happened and why we're upset about it?
Yeah, because the RNG blueprint is in the Discord if everybody wants to see it. It is real.
Yeah.
It's a dice QB. It's a dice QB. And I think we're trying to figure out if it's a buff or not, but I think Illusion Weaver said in Discord today that it is only legendaries that'll have buffs. So the flavor text is suggesting that it might have like something to do with like will I bless you or curse you today? But I don't think there's any confirmation, and sounds like IW kind of confirmed it there, but people still want to fight back on that, so I don't know.
What else? So,
but yeah, let's go ahead and clear the air. I don't know if I cleared all of my air in the Discord, but we can go ahead and
I haven't been in the Discord.
Yeah, I want everybody to get the full story of how this all went down, because there was a lot of lying and deceitful things that occurred.
Yeah. So first of all, neither Mama nor I really give a shit about filling a crane. Like, if she or Marvin's house really wanted to fill a crane, then they would have gone and looked to see if it was there before. Literally. Like,
we're not making a leaderboard push. And when I do like go to fill a crane, we warn the Discord and people know about it, especially if we go out of state. Like,
yeah. So like we're not a threat, first of all. So
also, we were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah. So basically, K-Hack, the entire time we're in Hawaii, just keeps talking about he's like, I bet you anything the Yellow Vault is at Coachella. I bet, like, I'd put money on it. And he's talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, like, nonstop. I had nothing to say about it because I don't care. Like, I have no interest in filling a crane. Like, the extent of the amount that I care is just I love the idea of trying to figure out the puzzle. Like
Yeah.
we've been trying to do on our stream. Like we've been trying to figure it out because it's interesting. Like what can we come up with? But like I don't care about going to it or filling it. Like I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I just like I don't care.
Also, on the puzzle part of things, the hint that IW gave is like very inaccurate because Coachella and Stagecoach alone are over the span of an entire month. So how are you going to say it gets busy once a year when it's like Coachella is 2 weekends, Stagecoach is the next 2 weekends after. Those are also not the only festivals that they hold. They hold art festivals, they hold other music festivals, they hold food trade like shows.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
inaccurate. So that's IW's bad also.
right.
Because maybe if he had a better hint, I would have been, it would have been like a click. The only thing
Right.
that really clicked for me was like a certain somebody had asked me if we were going to go check it, a close like hunter of ours, and I was like, well, if he thinks it's there, then maybe it actually is there. But
Right.
at this point, we were a week out from the Hawaii trip, and also it's summer. It's like 110 to 15 degrees out there. It's like the worst
Yeah.
time to go.
And
K-Hat can
like
tell you because apparently he tried finishing his walking quests out there, or he did. It was miserable. Duh.
yeah, and the
Desert in
extent
the
of
summer.
and the extent of your interest, it would be to like let everyone know where it is, like be able to find
Yeah.
it so that you could let everyone know where it was, not to
Toasties
fill
can
it.
vouch. Yes, and Toasties can vouch for that because I think somebody had suggested that we filled it or like we had known about it or something, and Toasties was like, no, no way. They would have told the LA Discord, if not everybody.
Yeah.
And which is true.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be sneaky about shit. It's weird. I
Right.
think the game should be fair.
So the entire time, K Hag's talking about it and like lying to us, saying, you know, I don't know, but I think it's there. I'd bet anything it's there. You know, he kept trying to figure out where it was, like acting like he didn't know. Now, Kata didn't say anything about it really at all at the time.
He didn't really say anything at all in general, but
yeah, he was kind of quiet. But so then apparently Kata and K-Hag knew, like someone had told them a week ago that it was there. And so then K-Hag decided to change well, he had already planned to fly into Phoenix and then go on a road trip and like hit all these yellow vaults and then check to see if it's there, which he wasn't actually checking because he already knew. And then we didn't know, like, the last I talked to Kata, I was standing in the line for security at the airport, and I'm like, so, you know, where do your flights go into and out of? When do you think you're going to be home? And he's like, oh, you know, I have a stopover here, and, like, I, you know, get home at this time, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know, it's a long trip, but, you know, we'll make it. And, you know, we gave each other a hug, and we went to our own separate terminals, and then we find out that K-Hag is filling the crane, which, okay, that didn't surprise me that much because he said he was going to look. But then I hear it's full all of a sudden. And it's like, well, K-Hag said he only had like 700,000. He couldn't fill it. And then I hear, oh, someone else has filled it. Who else? Oh, Kata randomly decided to switch, like pay $500 to change his flight.
plus a rental car.
To go fill it. And they just lied to our faces. Like,
The whole time. The whole
what am I-
time that we were on that trip.
yeah.
Like, and here's the other thing. I'm trying not to take it personally. I'm really not. But my feelings are hurt because we kept telling them like, yeah, we'll go check it after we get back from Hawaii. We weren't the ones that kept bringing it up, first of all.
Yeah.
But what hurt my feelings was literally after we do the quest, right? You guys are flying out. It's the day that you and Kat are both flying out from the airport. I'm in Maui. I'm back in Maui just chilling, whatever. Kata's messaging me still pretending like he doesn't know and trying to get information out of me. Like, oh, so is Marvin's house going to go down there? Like, is he planning to go after work? like what other hunters are in the area, blah 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 blah. Like I hope it's there. Is it where we think it is? And like doing this whole ruse, like don't, you're taking advantage of me and you're taking advantage of my kindness. And like, and at the same time, K-Hag is also DMing me, say like being totally upfront, like, hey, yeah, I'm headed to Coachella, just filled the crane, blah blah blah, only filled at 75%, but somebody else is on their way. And I was like, what do you mean somebody else is on their way? And then it turned into, well, I can't tell because they don't want to, and he said, like, I don't like the secrecy, to be honest, but it was one of those, like, if I'll agree to tell you if you'd agree to keep it a secret. And so, of course, because they somehow both benefit from it. I mean, I hope it was worth it, Kata. You got your construction blueprint. Like, like you could have got that for one resin puck, though. Like the limiting the blueprints to me was so like, why?
Yeah. You reduced the amount of construction blueprints by one.
Yeah. And like, you weren't even trying to make a leaderboard push. So yeah. I really don't see the purpose. Like you spent $500 in a rental car trip and like, kind of pissed off a lot of people for a construction blueprint. You probably could have spent less in the auction house. That's all I'm going to say. Like, I really don't like you taking advantage of my kindness like that.
Yeah. If you guys had told us, we would have kept your secret. We might have said, hey, maybe leave a couple spots open for toasties and, you know, other hunters in the area that, you know, it's their area. You know,
like we just spent an entire, like we had this like huge bonding experience. If you asked me to keep that a secret, I absolutely would have.
Right.
It does no good for me. You know what I mean? Like, and they have a point, you know, like it's been talked about for a couple of weeks. If, you know, Toasties and Bilbito wanted to go see if it was out there, they could have. But at the same time, the hint wasn't accurate. Like we really didn't think California, nay, the LA area, although it is an hour and a half to 2 hours away from us, we didn't think we were going to get another crane.
Yeah.
And IW, if I'm not mistaken, kind of said the places that had enough cranes, or the places that were crane heavy, weren't going to get any more.
Right.
So I don't know. Just another fucking sock in the face for LA, I guess. Like,
so
I just I don't know. We got a huge target on our back, and I feel like we should make our Discord private because he also joined our Discord today for God knows what reason. I guess he wants to find out who's gonna be the first to answer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he straight up Parker dude manned it. Yeah, exactly. Rainstorm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So my biggest issue, I spent the majority of my adult years in a relationship with a narcissist that had a love of lying to my face and was really good at it.
Yep.
And so I don't respond very well to someone lying to my face. First of all, it tells me that you really don't value our friendship and that this secret is more important to you than being honest to me. Like you could have very easily
just like an honest person.
Yeah. You could have very easily, like, if we happened to randomly talk about the yellow crane, you could have randomly said, like, I can't tell you the truth, but I also don't want to lie to you, so I'm not going to say anything. Like, you could have just not said anything. And
exactly.
Or you could have said, like, hey, I know stuff, but I can't tell you because I promised someone else. Or, like, I mean, and, or like, even if you told us, like, we're not going to tell anyone. Like, we're your friends, so we would keep your secret. Like, for over a year, I have kept K-Hag secrets. Like, K-Hag and I shared all of our secrets that we knew about the game with each other. This RNG blueprint that everyone's just finding out about now, I've known about this for a couple of months. So, because K-Hag and I found it in the game file. Like, I didn't tell anyone because I'm not going to do that. Like, that's what K-Hag found. It's his secret. We knew about the pizza QB long before we knew, like, the rest of everyone knew about the pizza QB because, like, and he sent me files to, like, create, you know, my sound bites for the show and to 3D print stuff. And, like, We've kept each other's secrets for a year, and then he just decided to lie to my face. And that just broke my heart. But so I
it's like
thought about it.
The intention behind it. Also, Toasties is in here saying he was told I wanted to throw a puck in before he filled it, but we know how that went.
Yeah. So I thought about it. I cried about it, and then I blocked them on Discord, and I'm going to move on. Like, that's just it. Yeah. I'm going to just move on. Yeah. Like, it sucks.
I would just watch out. Everybody that's in, you know, now you know, like, if Phoenix has a point. Like, if Maine ever gets dropped to Crane, dude could be lying straight to your face. He could find it, and Parker dude it. Or he could find a red vault, and Parker dude man it. So, just keep that in mind, guys.
I'm bummed because, like, the game's not going to be the same without, like, K-Hag being a part of it with me. But it is what it is. I mean,
an apology would be nice, but there's zero apology that's happened. But actually, Kat is doubling down and saying that you're welcome. He said to me directly, you're welcome for the chief, because he thinks that because he paid for K-Hag's flight, I wouldn't have gotten the Tiki Chief.
Yeah. So
first of all, you're narcissist. It takes 9 people, so nobody should be taking credit for it. But if anybody's going to take credit for it, I will, because all of this was our flight credits that we had to use. And Bullish and his wife happened to be going that same week, which is why I picked that week. And then I have the DMs. I have all of the DMs. So please stop. Yeah.
Like, and you don't get to just like
apologize. It's not that hard.
You can't just throw money around and have it be an excuse for your shitty behavior. Like, and you can't use your money as your apology for your shitty behavior. Like, that's not. Yeah. You don't get to buy your way out of things. That's not cool. I mean, I would have a lot more friends that could buy me stuff if I based my friends on how much money they spent on me. But that's not how this works.
Yeah.
So I can't have people lie to my face, because then I will never be able to believe anything that comes out of your mouth ever again. And that just really sucks, because that was a good friend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway. I don't know. Maybe they'll apologize, but they seem to think that everything is all good and gravy. So anyways, let's be done with it, because I don't want to give them any more attention than we already have. But that's what went down. So I wouldn't call that legendary by any means. I think it was shady and conniving, but guess what? LA has another vault, so I'll be happy to hit that whenever we're out in Palm Springs. Thanks for that, guys. And I didn't have to waste any of my resin, so I get to, save that for structures. Yay.
Yeah, dude, I've got so much resin just like hanging out in my inventory waiting for structures to show up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Toasties, though. We'll get you your blueprint. Toasties was super cool about like letting me and Marvin's house like handle the Yosemite crane. Kevmo too, who's a Yosemite hunter. He threw in his couple pucks, and Toasties wasn't going to be able to get up there by the time that like we had that whole month of March planned out for our leaderboard push. But like the hunters in our area were very understanding. We also spoke to Sun Devils about like the Arizona cranes, and he was giving us all the lowdown. Like, there are better ways to go about this.
Yeah.
For sure. There were other options, and they chose the worst.
Yeah. So, Toasties, I'm sorry about like, because when we were first talking, when it started happening, and Toasties was sure it was full, I was like, there's no way he can't fill the whole thing. So I'm sorry about that. Like, I was working with bad information, so I didn't mean to like be argumentative or anything. Like, I thought that the information I had was accurate.
Yeah. So. I felt like a fool after, because I'm like telling Kata that K-Hag's there. Little do I know that they've been messaging the whole time, because Kata is telling me like, oh, I'd really like to put in a puck. I don't have a construction blueprint, sad face. And I'm like, dude, message K-Hag. He's there right now. He said somebody else is on his way, but he won't tell me who, because they want to keep it a secret. Little did I know, they were conspiring the whole time, and I
Yeah.
feel like a fool, and I was straight up bamboozled.
I felt a fool because
Losers.
I was defending K-Hag in the Discord, and I didn't need to be doing that, but I was defending him. Like,
Yeah. Sorry, I laughed because Toasty said nearly 2 million resin in my bank that I'm saving for Maine.
there you go.
There you go, Toasties. Nah, don't
Yeah.
waste your time there, though.
Yeah. So do we know, are there there's plenty of other yellows that haven't been filled, right? Aren't there still some in Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't the last one. It was just the unfound one. I don't know. They get their wiki credit. Woohoo.
Yeah. So, hey, Toasties, if you make a road trip to the Midwest to fill any unfilled cranes in the Midwest, and your trip brings you anywhere around Oklahoma City, you're welcome to crash with me. And if you're going to Texas, I mean, like, I know that I feel, let me think here for a second. Who was it? I feel like Rudy Tooty recently drove down to Dallas. But I don't know if those were already full. I know the wiki has it. I could probably look it up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Wait, so Jason J, do you have a crane? I'm sorry, are you in one of the Carolinas? I feel like you are, but I can't remember. North Carolina, maybe? He's saying, oh yeah, that's right. Zenny filled a couple in Texas. So we had to reschedule Zenny. We really wanted to have her on today to talk about her leaderboard push, but we also failed to even realize that, of course, we wanted to cover a volcano quest, and we want to give her our undivided attention and hear like everything that she did for that leaderboard push, because it was a tough month.
Yeah, so she's going to be on next week.
Yes. So Zenny will be our guest, our guest next week. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah. Where's your crane, Jason J?
So I'm looking on the wiki right now. Okay, so Philippines, El Salvador. Okay, USA, Yellow Vault. Ooh, all I'm seeing is Yellow Vaults. I don't see cranes at a percentage. Okay. Oh, apparently we need to update the wiki because it says USA not yet found 0%. But that's the only one. Apparently that's the only one in the USA that is not full. That's kind of surprising to me. That all of the yellow cranes are full now in the USA.
Mean, maybe I could check the Discord. Jason, why are you saying Texas? You're not in Texas. Are you? No, you're not. I mean, I don't want to tell you where you're from, but I'm pretty sure you're not. Almost positive. Oh, Virginia. Okay. There we go.
Okay. So
I'll step away and have this double speed popcorn.
And then there's obviously the Thunder Bay one in Canada at the Terry Fox Monument.
Mm-hmm. That might already be filled, though. I'm like sure. I don't know.
I don't know.
Beardy? You don't think Beardy did it?
No, he specifically didn't. Right?
I don't know. See,
no, because
they say so many times in the Discord that he's going to Thunder Bay, and it's like I feel like that's all that was in the chat last week.
No,
it's still not filled. I'm confused.
No, I think
all those Canadians.
Yeah, I think like he just went quiet for a couple of days, like letting people think that he was going to Thunder Bay, but he never went. Like that was his like little sneaky thing, but he didn't go. But that doesn't mean that someone else didn't. I just hadn't seen the news. But then again, I haven't been in the Discord, so I mean, yeah.
I think I'll take a little break after this week. Oh, so no crane. It's done here. Okay, well, so don't call it a crane. It's a yellow vault, buddy.
Yeah.
Although I do that all the time.
Yeah. So it sounds like you kind of just should go on a trip to the Philippines.
Thunder Bay.
You're thinking Thunder Bay. I'm thinking of the Philippines.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, there's a ton of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 cranes in the Philippines.
Interesting.
3 of them haven't been found yet.
Are they all full in the UK too? Like, are they getting them stamps or what? Because I saw that Crypto
They're full.
Cornucopia. Okay, because Crypto Cornucopia is doing an epic road trip to hit all of them. Within, I think he said next week he's leaving. So
cool.
I'm excited to keep up with that and
there's
see all
a lot
those pictures and stuff. Yeah,
there's a lot. Yeah. So, and El Salvador has 4. One of them has already been turned into a vault. One in the Philippines has already been turned into a vault. None in Malaysia yet. I guess they're not at that point in their
bounty.
Yeah.
They're still doing the bounties, I think.
Yeah.
All the rest are vaults now. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know some people. Okay, this actually makes sense because some people some people were yeah, I am so bad. I'm terrible at remembering shit in this game. But some people were saying that the RNG blueprint they thought maybe started dropping once all the cranes were filled, which I don't know why those two things. I mean, maybe they could be related because the blueprint only drops from yellow vaults. But I kind of think it happened with stamps, like when all of the resources changed and you started getting like 200 resin and paint resources changed. That's when I think it dropped or started dropping, at least.
I can tell you that the blueprint was in the game before the stamps were in the game. Like, it was designed in the game beforehand, because the blueprint has been in there for a while, but I didn't see stamps from the last image file pull.
Then in where?
So like, there's the game file, like in your phone, right? You've downloaded the game. There's a file. That file contains all of the images and sounds and all of that. On an Android, you can actually pull that file over onto your computer and kind of like deconstruct the whole file so you can see all the images and like find all the sounds and stuff. So I've got that file from a few months ago, and the RNG blueprint was in it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe it does have to do with the yellow vaults being filled, huh? I'm sorry, the cranes. See,
maybe.
Jason, damn it, I do the same thing.
It's possible.
It
could just be that the RNG is just.
Why?
It could just be that the RNG is that difficult, and it's just taken this long for someone to get one. But do we know for a fact they only come out of yellows?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's been confirmed. So it could just
here's my theory is like they only come out of yellows, right? So the 2 pictures that were posted were, I'm guessing they were both red, but like
there's only a red one.
Maybe is there only a red one?
Mm-hmm.
I think there might be other colors, but I guess not. That was just a shot in the dark, but
it's a good thought though. But yeah, so there, I mean, and they do that, like when they, when you get a new game build, like when they have you update the store, that's when like all the new art and everything gets added to the game of all the new QBs and whatever. So yeah, that was in there a while ago, but I haven't even seen the new file, so I never came across the stamps or anything. So the stamps weren't added at the same time the QB was. That doesn't mean it wasn't meant to happen around the same time. I don't know. I think it's just such a low drop rate that it took this long, and now people are hitting yellows when not a lot of people did that before.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And they were so difficult. And they usually aren't very close to people. I mean, most people don't have a yellow on their route. So.
That's true. Yeah. Hey, Loop-de-Luke. What's up? Oh, Toasties is out. Peace out, Toasties. Are you cool if we take a quick bathroom break? I think I need to refill my beverage.
Yeah, honestly, do we have more to talk about? Because I think my boyfriend wants to go to bed soon. So maybe we just wrap it up until next week.
This is so short for us.
I know. Okay. But we did go over all the things, didn't we?
Yeah, you're right. The only thing that we didn't cover was the shave ice that we got in Honolulu, but that's okay.
Oh, yes. Okay, people, if you were in Honolulu,
talk about that guava.
Yeah, go to Henry's place. I think it was called. Was it Henry's or Harry's? I think it was Henry's. Henry's place. And it's just a tiny little like hole in the wall, like tiny little store that just has a big freezer in it. And they're famous all over the island for their sorbet and ice cream. So like half the freezer is sorbet, half the freezer is ice cream, and it's homemade. And they just come in this little styrofoam cup, and Sharpie is used to write the name, their flavor on the outside. And in black, if the flavor is written in black, it's ice cream. If the flavor is written in red, it's sorbet. And we had, let's see, I had sorbet for 3 different meals on that trip. And I only had 3 meals on that trip. So
and a starfruit snack.
Yeah. So so I had strawberry guava.
I really wish we had time to do
more food.
Yeah, like family dinner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had planned to do that. But when I left for the airport that morning, Jenny had made me fresh Spam musubi and gave it to me to bring to the airport. So I had that for breakfast that morning at the airport.
That was nice.
Yeah. I actually liked it. Like I was kind of unsure whether or not I would like it, but yeah. So anyway, so we had strawberry guava sorbet, we had pineapple guava sorbet, we had watermelon sorbet. With my breakfast one morning, I had acai sorbet. Like, oh my God. It's cash only, but you have to go there. I went twice while I was there. It's totally worth it. It's probably the best sorbet I've ever had in my life. And I just love guava.
And they give you like a big cup.
Yeah, it's like a full pint. I have no clue how much it was for that because I never bought mine.
$7, I think. But
that's not bad for like.
Not bad for Hawaii.
You can't eat the whole thing. You gotta buy it to share because like the first day we didn't realize, and I think a couple people threw half of theirs away because there was so much. So yeah. The second time, when we went with you, 4 of us shared 2 flavors, and that was really good. Yeah. Nikki says I'm going just for Jenny. Yes, Jenny is a total sweetheart. I loved her. Yeah.
I really wish she came on the hike with us, but when I asked her that, she said no.
Yeah, I can't imagine her. She wanted to do it, but also she was working. So yeah. But
for sure.
Okay.
All right. Well,
anything else? I think we're good, right?
Nope. That's all I've got to say for today.
Okay. Awesome. So
that was an epic trip though, and I'm so happy that we got to meet in person. I'm like surprised that we're not making a bigger deal about it, but it's because like we're literally best friends already. So
yeah. And I found out you have another best friend named Corey too. So just all your friends are Corys.
Yes, I have my boyfriend Corey and my girlfriend Corey.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah. And we're definitely gonna have to like do meetups again soon. Like I'll go out to Santa Monica, you'll come out here, and we'll make it happen.
Dude, we have an extra bedroom here. I am streaming in it right now, so we can stream together. Yeah.
And like we can also go other places together. We don't just have to go to each other's places. Like I swear we have to do like a couples retreat to Roatan at some point because I think you would absolutely love it.
That would be so fun. Oh my God, I would. Yes. So we can look at houses.
Right?
Convince both of our partners to move to Honduras.
Yes. Yeah. Or I'll just like get a hold of my boyfriend's friend that is buying a house there and see if he just wants to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if he wants to do a little timeshare moment, we'd be on board for that for sure.
Yeah. So, okay.
Well, thank you everybody for oh man, what message was deleted? Nikki Boo, what'd you say? Oh, emojis.
Yeah. I put that bot in there to stop all the crazies that are like not that you're one, Nikki, but there was like, you know, the
crazy ones.
the spam bots that were like doing the porn sites and everything. Yeah. So anyway, and make sure to catch us next week when we check in with Zenny to find out about her leaderboard push.
Yeah.
And
Looking forward
to
to that.
unveil whether or not she actually is Renee's sister. Because maybe she is, maybe she isn't.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Okay,
right,
everyone.
Guys. Aloha and mahalo. And we will see you next week.
Yeah. Have a good night. Happy hunting.
Happy hunting.